All right, we're open for questions. We'll start down front. Joe.
Can you just take us through what you saw out of Kevin tonight and what made him as successful as he was?
He wanted the ball and he demanded the ball and we got it to him. He worked well off the ball. You know, I was able to hit him for a couple, slashes to the rim. He was able to dunk one. He was able to get some going on the run. He had his three going a little bit early, but more importantly, he was just working in the paint. He wasn't settling, and it allowed us to continue to feature him and continue to go to him. And it was great, to see that performance out of him. I mean, he's our all-star power forward, and it was a huge game for him.
This team is, of course, different than any of the others that you've gone to the finals with. And Kevin struggled so far in the playoffs. But if that is the Kevin that you get, and you're you, how good can this team be?
I just want to try to continue to get better every game. This is a different team than any playoffs I've started. It's not even talk about the finals. It's a different team. Obviously, for obvious reasons, you guys know the narrative has been talked about a lot. At the end of the day, myself, Kev, JR, and Tristan, we have to be as complete as we can be in order for us our ultimate success. And we're the last four standing from our run, our championship run, and so it starts with us, and obviously and with Kyle as well, because he's been with us for a couple of years now too. And so when we're productive, it allows everybody else to kind of just get in their comfort zone. But tonight was another just full-out team win. I mean, JR has been consistent since this series started. G Hill was great. JG, once again, another big game for him off the bench, and we definitely needed it.
Standing right side.
Hey, LeBron, in the second half, you had a great job shooting the ball. What's that like being on the road in a playoff game and finding yourself in that kind of flow and that kind of groove shooting the ball?
Well, I mean, as a team, we shot the ball extremely well. I mean, we shot almost 60% from the floor. We just had that ball moving. 25 assists, on half of our field goals, and the ball was popping. Guys were feeling involved. Everybody felt in comfort. And no matter at home or on the road, you want to try to play that type of basketball.
Left side, Jason.
When you say that he demanded the ball, you said something similar to that his first year here when he was trying to find his way, and I think you said that with Chris in Miami. Do you want those guys to show? Are you looking or waiting for them to show that type of assertion?
I mean, we know what they're capable of, Kev or CB. I mean, it's two predominant all-stars, two of the best power forwards I've played with, obviously. So, but it's just a demeanor about them. They're both, kind of just like, they show their emotions a little bit different than other guys. And sometimes they'll, it's kind of hard to read them. But at the same time, when they do give you that demand, then, let's get it to them. So, Kev had that. He had that look in his face today, like he wanted the ball more and more and more. And then when they, started going small in the third quarter, they put, a smaller guy on him. I called sets to just get it right to him and let him work, the same as we did in game one as well.
Real quick on a totally different subject. Kevin said at shoot-around today, you sort of called your shot with the turnaround right and the turnaround left that you knew you were going to get. How did you know you were going to get that mismatch? How did you know that was coming?
Which one?
He said you did the fadeaway right over the right and then the fadeaway left.
I mean, just watching film, understanding my defenders, understanding what they're trying to catch, and for me, just being able to have counters, to whatever my defense try to put at me. So I gave him a little insight of my mind, and I showed him tonight as well.
Down the line, Steve.
Steve Ashburn, NBA.com. When you are on a stretch like you were there with those fadeaway jump shots, do you have a sense, or how much of a sense do you have that it's tough for the other team? I mean, it's not just the points; it's the way you're scoring those, and they seem like improbable shots, and they're dropping.
Well, I pretty much know that a scouting report on me is going to be to dare me to shoot jump shots, keep me out of the paint, not allow me to go to the free throw line. So, over the course of my career, I just try to put a lot of work into other facets of the game to try to, neutralize that game plan. I worked extremely hard on my jump shot, and in a few years after my first year in Miami, I started to work on my post game and ways I can score in the post and be just very efficient. And tonight was just a byproduct of that. They kind of laid off me a lot, and I was able to make some shots, some jump shots, and I felt good, going into the stretch of the game. And then, in the post, being able to just, read and react to defense and be able to trust what I've been working on, it helps out a lot.
Back left. Sir, you with the microphone.
It's Dan Rounds with SB Nation, just over here. You've played this Raptors team now. This is the third year in a row you've played them. Do you feel any difference out there on the court against them, or do you just sort of play your game and just worry about what you're doing, or does it make any difference at all?
Well, I mean, they're a pretty good team, really good. I mean, they showed it throughout the regular season, throughout the whole season, and we knew we was gonna have our hands full. They come at you with a lot of waves, either from their starters, and then they go to their bench. And for me personally, it's not about the opponent; it's about my mindset and how much I watch film. Going into a series or going against an opponent. My film was kind of not as I would like, because we had this go right from Game 7 to Game 1, but being able just to lock down on your opponents, understanding what they like to do, what they don't like to do, ways I can be effective. It's still a really good team, and we understand that. So, we got to continue to just play the game that we want to play, keep them off balance, try to put them in positions that makes them feel uncomfortable, and they're going to try to do the same to us as well.
LeBron, you said in the past that you don't carry momentum from one playoff game to another, but you've also said that a team can get better over the course of a playoff run. So somewhere between those two thoughts, you guys lost by 30 in Indiana in Game 6 and now have won 3 in a row. So how do you explain kind of the journey you've been on in the last week as a team?
It's just this year. That's the year we've had.
All right, we're going to go with that last two in the middle here.
Dwayne Casey's constructed a defense before in 2011 to stop you. Obviously, it's a little bit different now, but they forced you in the post a little bit more. Can you reflect on how much your game has grown, especially there since then?
Yeah, I wasn't that good of a player in that series. I wasn't a complete basketball player. Dwayne Casey drew up a game plan against me in that 11 series in the finals when I played Dallas, to take away things that I was very good at and to try to make me do things that I wasn't very good at. So he's part of the reason why I am who I am today.
Michael.
LeBron, Michael Grange from Sportsnet. What's the likelihood that you're going to be coming back to Toronto next week? What kind of position do you feel like you're in the series? Not just being up 2-0, but the way you've got there.
These two games are over. How we can get our minds right for Game 3. It's one game at a time, and that's the only way we should look at it. We will not put our guards down. I won't, so that's going to trickle down to everybody else. I understand that the series is never won until it's over. You got to win 4 games to get out of a series, and it starts with the next game. So I will be as sharp as I was, tonight. My teammates was sharp tonight. They were sharp in Game 1. They picked me up in Game 1. I just try to sprinkle a little bit here and there tonight, help pick them up as well. So, we're not satisfied. We came and played some good basketball up here, but we look forward to even more of a challenge. Come whenever we play. What's today? Thursday?
Yeah, play Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah. All right. Appreciate it.
Let Rachel wants one more.
Oh,
Rachel.
Okay, Rach.
Well, first I wanted to let you, if you had any personal feelings on JR or Tristan, I think now's a good time to let them out. Of a team or a player having a mental advantage over another team or player, does that exist to you?
I don't know. I have no idea. For me, And for our ball club, no matter who we're going against, we just try to be as great as we can be. No matter if it's the Indiana Pacers or the Toronto Raptors or whatever team we've played in the last 4 years, we just try to go out and just play as well as we can be. And our coaching staff has given us a great game plan. So I don't know. I mean, you guys can have that narrative on, how you guys feel about that, a mental edge or whatever case may be. But for me personally, my mental edge is how I prepare myself every night, how I go about the game plan, trying to not make mistakes. And if I do make mistakes, making sure I don't do it again to compound that mistake. So, that's it, Rach.
Thanks, Brian. That's it.